So I would say all in all, my recovery process was, and this was a pleasant surprise, I thought that it was quicker than I imagined it would be. The discomfort, rough for a couple days, as I was fair warned, and they were not kidding. But I would say that within a week and a half to 2 weeks, I had already begun to see quite a bit of, advanced healing and scabbing, and obviously all of the treatment. I was very diligent to follow it, meticulously step by step. So in regard to follow-up after my procedure, I was very pleased and very encouraged. I got a little bit of gun shy at the early results within a month and a half to 2 months, and so I had reached out to Katie. She was very timely and prompt in getting back with me, but also in redirecting me to Joe Cates. Joe and I had a more lengthy correspondence via phone call, and it really put my concerns at ease. And I must say that was pristine customer service. I was fortunate through work that I was given the leeway to wear a hat during virtual meetings, and that helped to offset some of the intimidation, being so self-conscious about it. Once the scabs had gone away, obviously I was feeling more confident to take the hat off. For some people, they just assumed that I must have had something taken off of my scalp to be tested, and so I just didn't correct the story. I just ran with that. The reaction from my family after the procedure and some of my closer friends was not as dramatic as it could have been, because my hair was such that I was able to style it in a way where I hid a lot of the thinning and where my widow's peak was beginning to really become more and more prevalent. But once I began to raise my hair and show them the difference, then I think it was one of those, wow, you really did have a procedure done, because they had seen me on occasion when wind would blow rather hard, lifting and revealing some of the greater hair loss areas on my scalp. So yeah, all in all, I would say it gave me confidence to raise the hair, though it was very short, but to raise and reveal what I'd had done and how they went about it. So I would say it's a bit of a mixed bag a year in. I think that I was hopeful that the hair around, the hairline and just above it would be a little thicker at this point, but having seen some of my before pictures, I'm reminded of just how bad a shape that my hairline was in, and that it was inevitable it was going to get much worse, never to improve. So I would say a year in, I am pleased. I'm hopeful that a year and a half in, I will just be, ecstatic and very enthusiastic about the results. I would say that it is very humbling to admit how much losing your hair affects you. I was slowly but surely getting less and less confident in crowds, especially, talking to opposite sex. I think that having my hair return, it is uncanny, the difference that, the confidence level, and just having the self-esteem that I had begun to lose, and that was hard to admit. So I'm very thankful, for that in particular. I would recommend. I think that one of the things that I remember Joe Cates and I spoke about was making sure that the expectations are clearly defined from the very beginning of the procedure, when you first, go under the surgical procedure. But I think that, talking to Joe, he was able to give me so much more of an understanding that patience is key, and that's so, vital to the process, and especially in terms of your level of satisfaction. But I can recommend it, and have already recommended it to some of my friends and associates.